What is peer assessment or peer colleague assessment, or even some people say peer-to-peer review? It's a process of employees being assessed by their colleagues in terms of their performance, strengths, and weaknesses. According to Springer.com, it's also a term used by scholars and authors when they have their articles, research papers, and other publication materials subjected to review by other writers. Their work will be critiqued, suggestions will be made, and those suggestions may be incorporated into the work before it's released for publication. Now, this may sound like a pretty scary process, but let's look into some best practices for this assessment tool. Reviewers should know the roles and skills of the person being evaluated. The assessment should always remain anonymous. This way, if the review is taken negatively, the person giving the feedback still finds it safe to voice their concern, and at the same time, the person being evaluated won't have any hard feelings in the end. Another best practice comes from Career Trend. They recommend making sure that you mention something positive about the employee, some outstanding aspects. At the end of their performance evaluation, try to mention something unique and exciting about the employee. So let's talk about some pros. This process can help upper management see some real strengths and sometimes weaknesses in employees, that they may not have other opportunities to do so. By evaluating someone who knows about their role and the topic delivered can be very helpful and is a fair way of evaluating. The person being evaluated may also feel more comfortable around people they are familiar with, as they are each other's colleagues and they form some sort of relationship over the time together. Okay, let's talk about some cons. If the evaluation is not done anonymously, it could make the process quite uncomfortable and could impact coworkers' relationships. I can also see some jealousy from coworkers here. For example, maybe the person being evaluated gets an excellent review and therefore gets a raise or a promotion because of it. And maybe other employees weren't chosen for a review at that same time. There are pros and cons to everything. It's choosing the right evaluation for the specific situation, making sure all best practices are being followed, and that everybody is contributing fairly. The peer-to-peer assessment needs to be a safe place where assessment and feedback are taken in ways that improves the person being evaluated.